everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been a few months since my last video. I didn't disappear. I just had kind of a crazy whirlwind, exciting few months. I got married. I moved across the country twice. I went on my honeymoon in Jamaica, and after that I took a road trip from Florida to New York, where I now currently live. I love living in New York. It's insanely cold though, and we just had a crazy bomb cyclone blizzard a few weeks ago, which was fun and exciting. But since I went through Hurricane Irma this year when I was in Florida, and now going through this crazy snow hurricane in New York, I think I'm ready for some calm and quiet. Now that I'm back and settled, I wanted to make this video for you on some really exciting things I've created in the last few months. I created $1,500 in 24 hours. I got a new laptop. I booked my dream honeymoon vacation in the Caribbean. I made a huge cross-country move that I've been wanting to do forever. And I also got into Club 33, which is a really private, exclusive, fancy club that only members can get into, and it was really cool. So the first thing I want to talk about is how I got my new laptop. It wasn't just like a laptop just came from the sky and it was just mine. My laptop that I had had for probably about 10 years just stopped working one day. I was actually in the middle of editing a video and it just turned off and it was gone, and I took it to the Genius Bar and they said it was unfixable and I just needed a new laptop. So while I was sitting at the Genius Bar, I started talking to the guy next to me, and he gave me this really cool life hack, which if you tell Apple you're a student, you get a special discount and they throw in a pair of Beats headphones. That was like the promotion going on at the time. So not only did I get a new laptop, which was very discounted, I also got a free pair of Beats headphones. So that's how I got my laptop. I have it right here. Going to Club 33 was such a cool experience. It's something that one of my best friends and I have been talking about for probably 5 or 6 years. And you know, we kind of thought about it, let it go. We put it on this list that we made when we did a mastermind meditation, and completely let it go. It is pretty much impossible to get in unless you know somebody, unless you're a member. And I think the membership wait list is like 10 years, I heard, and it's thousands and thousands of dollars to join. So when one of my friends suggested that we go to Disneyland for my bachelorette and that she could get us into Club 33, we both kind of lost our minds. It was really exciting, and not only did we get into Club 33 and have a beautiful fancy dinner with a private fireworks show and everything, we also got a whole strip of fast passes to use at any ride we wanted to go to, and it was such an amazing night. It just goes to show you that the universe works through other people also. I mean, who knew that my friend's mom's friend was a member of Club 33, and she was so generous to get us in, and it was so much fun. So for the cross-country move, it was something I've been trying to create for a really long time. We were living in Southern California, and my family and my husband's family both live on the East Coast. So I had been wanting to move back to New York for probably about at least 2 years. And I thought about it, and nothing really was lining up for it to work out. So we just waited. And all of a sudden, about 2 months before our wedding, which is probably the worst time to make any big decisions or move or do anything, everything kind of lined up in order for us to move here. All of the resources we needed to move just showed up. All of our jobs shifted, everything shifted, and we were able to just kind of pick up and move, and it was perfect and seamless, and now we're here. So how we got our dream honeymoon was also a really interesting story. I'm not a good flyer. I don't love flying, and we had been on so many cross-country flights in the last few years that when we decided on our honeymoon, I wanted to go somewhere tropical, somewhere close, and we decided on Jamaica. We were getting married in South Florida, so it was only about an hour flight to Jamaica, and so it was quick, easy, and it kind of solved everything we wanted in one. We ended up booking at an all-inclusive, and to book it, you only needed to put, I think, $400 or $500 down, and you pay the remaining balance about a month or two before you go on your trip. So we had put down the deposit a long time ago before we moved, before anything happened, and once we moved, I started to panic a little bit, and that doubt kind of started setting in. We had just moved, we had just left our jobs. I didn't know how we were going to pay the rest of the balance, which was like a couple $1,000s. It was a lot of money. We had just moved, we had just left our jobs, everything was kind of up in the air, and I started getting a little nervous about how we were going to pay the balance of our honeymoon, or if we should even go on a honeymoon with all of the chaos that was happening. And once again, I sat down, I went through my whole manifesting process, and within the next week, not only did we get our security deposit back from our old apartment, but my husband's parents also generously decided to gift us the remaining balance as a wedding present. So the universe working through other people once again. It was really exciting. We had the best time, and it was one of those perfect examples of how you can be in a situation that you don't know how it's going to work out. You know what you want, and if you trust in your process, the universe will swoop in and give you exactly what you need when you need it. It might not be on your timeline, but it's on the perfect timeline. It just works. So the last thing I want to talk about is how I created $1,500 in just 24 hours. It was the most recent thing I've created, and probably one of the most exciting I've had in a while, because it was so instantaneous and so satisfying. It was a Sunday night, and I was really focused on setting a really strong intention for the week. The next day I ended up having a modeling audition, which usually you go to, they're about 15 minutes, you show up, they take pictures, and you leave. This one was way different than anyone I've ever been to. I went to the casting office, I had my audition, they asked me to hang out, and then one by one they started letting girls go, and they had us keep going in and keep going in. And I found out that day, which never happens, that I booked it, and it filmed the next day, and it was a rate of $1,500. So I got paid lots of money to do such a fun job, and it was just such a reminder that if you put an intention out and you focus your energy toward it and then completely let it go and live in the moment and just be happy and present, that things can shift and happen instantaneously. I hope you enjoyed this video, and before I go, I wanted to give you one last really exciting announcement. I am launching my own group coaching program and website, which is coming very, very soon, where I'll be sharing all my tips and tricks on how to manifest things quicker and easier. To stay up to date, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll announce the launch there, or follow me on Instagram at MKMagicMindset. And I will see you all there.